Well, after U.S. Open Cup action kept both Birmingham Legion and Hartford Athletic busy in the midweek, each side now has a shot to make it 2 wins in 4 days on this Sunday afternoon edition of USL Championship Soccer. Hello from Birmingham, Alabama and Protective Stadium. Our site for this afternoon's contest presented by the Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau, featuring Birmingham Legion FC taking on Hartford Athletic. Welcome into our broadcast position, everybody. Alongside Morgan Copes, I'm Blake Gardner. Glad you could join us. And Morgan, glad you could join us for your broadcast debut.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Blake. I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely. And as we look at this matchup here this afternoon, Hartford and Birmingham both with wins on Thursday in the U.S. Open Cup. So who takes that positive momentum here into this Sunday?
Yeah, both teams scored 3 goals at midweek, so I think it's going to be who can ultimately be ruthless in front of goal. They've created chances in their USL Championship games, but they haven't put them in the back of the net, and so I think that's going to be key to today's match.
Well, as we look at our impact players here this afternoon, let's look at guys who can put the ball in the back of the net, and let's start with Hartford's captain, Danny Barrera, a guy who has certainly been very, very good.
Yeah, Barrera is Hartford's leading goal scorer and assist leader all time, and anytime you can lead a team's history in both categories, no matter how young the team is, it's something that you should take note of. What I really like about him a lot is that he goes and he finds the ball and he creates things for his teammates. He'll be key to today's match if Hartford want to keep their unbeaten run against Legion FC.
Speaking of Legion FC, the recent signing of Juan Agudelo certainly sent a message to the rest of the league.
Absolutely, Blake. Credit to Coach Sohn, Coach Smith, and Jay Heaps who recognized the problem early on in the season and then taking steps quickly to find a guy who scored goals at every single level. What I really like about Agudelo is that he brings that killer instinct of a number 9. He can beat you 1v1, he gets into good goal-scoring positions, and most importantly, he finds the back of the net.
Well, let's see if he can find the back of the net this afternoon as we are just about ready to go. 2 teams trying to use Open Cup wins to propel them back on track in the early part of this USL season. It's the 3 Sparks taking on the green and blue. Starting lineups and kickoff come your way right after this.
I need to try it first.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
Breaking in, Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship. Birmingham Legion, Hartford Athletic, almost time for kickoff. But first, let's get a look at each side's starting 11 here on this Sunday. And Morgan, let's start with Hartford Athletic. A few changes for Harry Watling from the lineup that saw Atlanta United 2 in their last USL game.
Absolutely. I think these changes up front are going to see them trying to get further forward and attack quicker and create more chances and hopefully score those goals they're looking for.
First start of the year for Rashawn Dolly. And Prince Sadie, of course, found the back of the net on Thursday in Hartford's U.S. Open Cup win. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, we already talked about Juan Agadello, Enzo Martinez, Prosper Kasim, a fearsome trio up top.
Absolutely, and I think you're going to get to see Enzo drop back into position. He's a little bit more natural out on the wing, so I'll be excited to see the number of chances he can create for Agadello today.
There's our referees for this afternoon. Sergei Demyanchuk, the Georgia native, gets his third USL Championship assignment this year. He had 20 USL Championship assignments a season ago. Saw Birmingham 3 times, saw Hartford twice as well back in 2021. Speaking of Hartford, there's Harry Watling, the second-year head coach, the 32-year-old, former academy coach in Chelsea and West Ham, trying to get Hartford Athletics to the playoffs here in 2022. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, head coach Tom Stone, now in his 4th season at the helm of Birmingham Legion FC. He's taken Birmingham to the playoffs each of his 3 seasons here in the Magic City, trying to make it 4 for 4 and get this slow start off the backs of Birmingham Legion here this afternoon. Both sides winless in the early parts of this 2022 campaign. Trying to change that here on this Sunday after solid performances in their opening game of the 2022 U.S. Open Cup. It is absolutely gorgeous weather today in the Magic City, 79 degrees. It is a little windy, gust up to about 20 to 25 miles an hour. We'll see if that has any effect on balls played in the air today. But outside of that, couldn't ask for much better weather here on this Sunday. Birmingham Legion, on the south side of Birmingham, now their new home here in Uptown. Protective Stadium. As you can see Sloss Furnace off in the distance. Just a gorgeous weekend all the way around in the Deep South. Hartford Athletic in their U.S. Open Cup match on Thursday. It was cold, it was rainy, it looked fairly miserable. Certainly not going to be the case today. Birmingham Legion FC in white tops, black shorts, white socks. Hartford Athletic in blue head to toe. And we are just about ready to get things started. For the first time since 2019, it's Birmingham Legion and Hartford Athletic. And we are underway from Protective Stadium as Hartford gives us the go-ahead. First minute of today's game is presented by Fleetio. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes, glad to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Blake. I'm excited to be here.
We talked about it in the open, both sides trying to get off the winless starts to USL Championship play.
Absolutely, I think it's going to be who can really take their chances today and who can create quickly. So it'll be fun to see these teams get at it.
Whistle and a foul is going to bring play all the way back to the midway stripe. Prosper Kasim was brought down, so a free kick given for Legion FC. And it gives us a chance to look at our injury report today. First for Hartford Athletic, and a big missing piece for Hartford today. Their forward, Juan Carlos Obregon Jr., is out today with an undisclosed injury. Did not make the 18 for Hartford, so a goal-scoring threat lost there. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, Freddie Kleeman continues to miss time with the knee injury. Matthew Corcoran also is questionable with the knee injury as well. He did not make the 18 either for Legion FC. As Austin Pack ushers that out of play. Goal kick coming for Hartford, and Morgan gives us a chance to look at our keys to the game today. Let's start first with Hartford. What do they need to do on the road to try to get a result today?
You know, I really think they need to limit the service that will get into Agadello today. And then I also think on the other side of the ball, I really think they need to get forward and they need to put their chances in the back of the net.
Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, Juan Agadello in the starting 11. Really got to integrate him into this process here for Birmingham.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how quickly he gels with his teammates. I'm already noticing you've got Johnny Dean on the left and Mikey Lopez playing a wingback on the right, close to his old teammate from Chapel Hill and Enzo Martinez. So it'll be interesting to see how they can all make it all work together in the end.
Kavita in a battle with Rashawn Dali. Dali tried to win the corner. Instead, it's just a goal kick. Birmingham fans certainly familiar with Rashawn Dali, the Jamaican. Made 14 starts a season ago with Memphis. 2 of those starts came against Legion FC. As Birmingham and their rivals in Memphis saw each other 4 times last year. A bit more balance to the schedule here in 2022. Brings Hartford into the equation. First of 2 meetings for these 2 teams that haven't seen each other since Birmingham's inaugural season back in 2019.
Yeah, and I think you'll see the players, if you were to ask them, they'll enjoy that a lot more. more diverse opponent structure.
Dean lays it to the top of the box. Kasim couldn't quite get there. Lapa can. Lays it off. Kasim just a bit too tall.
There's those early chances we were talking about. Legion FC are coming out firing, so just need to get them on target.
Prosper Kasim certainly a goal scorer.
Yeah, and this is really just a half chance. The ball just kind of falls nicely for Prosper, and he's just leaning back a little bit too much and just puts it over the crossbar.
Kasim has already scored once this year in USL play, and it scored on Thursday. Birmingham's US Open Cup win against Southern States. On a 3 second-half goals. Hartford quickly on the front foot the other way. Dolly got in on goal against Van Oekel, but he dropped a defender to do it. And the foul, the free kick given.
Yeah, and let's hope Fanny's okay. That could be a big loss for Legion FC. Their captain and their stalwart at the center of the defense.
Fonwell Kavita, the captain, as Morgan said, a guy who has played so much for Birmingham since coming over from St. Louis before the 2021 campaign. See if we can get another look at the collision here between he and Dolly.
And there's Barrera showing up on the left side right now, putting in a good service, and then just a foul. I mean, he just clotheslines him and just drags him down.
Kavita is to his feet, ready to carry on. Good sign for Birmingham here early. And it's Van Oekel who pushes his defenders forward and will send it away. Van Oekel working with the wind here in this first half. Hartford's Austin Pack going to be sending everything into the wind here in the first 45 as Kasim couldn't quite keep that in play. Gives Hartford a chance to get organized. 4th game of the year for Hartford, 5th game of the year for Birmingham Legion. Legion still looking for their first home win as Agadello brings that down to the floor. And knocked away from behind. Good defensive work by Luca Purpa. Pack plays it out the other side. Tulu gets the start in central defense today for Hartford. His first start of 2022. Dean tried to flick it past Johnson. Birmingham wanted a handball, and I think they're going to get it. Free kick given there. Morgan, this is a team in Birmingham Legion that likes to play with the ball at their feet. It's going to be interesting to see who can grab early control of tempo and possession through the first 15 minutes or so.
Absolutely, and what I really want to see from Legion FC today is when they get into the final third, can they be quick and decisive with their passing, and can they open up chances for each other?
Barrera with the interception there. And Hartford with a chance to build. Highlighted Danny Barrera in the open, but already we've seen him cover a large swath of the park today. From central, serving it across from out wide. Feel like we're going to see most of that all afternoon.
Yeah, and you just see that ball into Dolly just now with Van Kaziel along his back. He does a really good job of just making sure they keep possession and doesn't lose it in that situation, because that could lead to a break very quickly.
Hartford trying to build for the back. Dolly with Kavita on his back. Couldn't quite get through the traffic, but he won a free kick.
There he is showing up again, back to goal, able to hold off the Legion FC defenders and bring his teammates in, and then this time, you know, creates a set piece opportunity for Hartford.
Joel Johnson making the run down the flank, dispossessed by Van Kaziel. And last touch by Johnson set the AR, so a goal kick for Birmingham. And Johnson not thrilled with that decision.
No, but that's really good defending from Van Kaziel, getting back into position after the ball plays played quickly by Barrera over the top.
Van Kaziel, one of 3 center backs for Birmingham today. He, Alex Cornali, Fonwell Kavita. Back 3 once again for Birmingham. It's been their preferred formation for the bulk of 2022, and already Harry Watling shouting instructions to his Hartford Athletic. Looking in the direction of Prince Sadie. Instead it was Van Kaziel who brought it down. There's Alex Cornali and Anderson Asiadu.
Hartford are doing a really good job of staying compact when they don't have the ball. You can see front to back, you know, from their center backs to their forward, there's only about 30, 35 yards, which is going to make it really difficult for guys like Bruno Lapa to drift in between the lines and pick up the passes so that he can release his teammates.
Probably looking for options, but doesn't love what he has in front of him. All the way back it goes to Matt Van Oekel, the 35-year-old. Made his 250th career save in the USL a couple of games ago at home against Colorado Springs. Defending that time from Brewitt, but it falls for Kasim. Here's Lapa. Plays Van Kaziel into the attack. Van Kaziel thought about maybe teeing it up. Asiadu. To Martinez. Birmingham will reset through their center backs. And Kaziel still pushed forward. Early serve is headed away from danger, but over the end line. And it'll bring us our first Chick-fil-A corner kick of the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't mind that service from Van Kaziel. It's an early service, it's an early ball. He's ways away from the end line, but you know, they get a corner out of it, and it's their first opportunity to bring the big boys front.
So all the center backs are pushing forward for Birmingham here. Enzo Martinez to serve it in from that flag. 31-year-old and one of the impact offseason signings for Birmingham Legion, coming over from Charlotte Independence. He plays it short to Bruno Lapa. Kasim trying to flick it back to Martinez. Scott Johnson played it back towards the touchline. Here's Kasim again. Towards the back post. Agudelo!
There he is.
Off Woodwork. Oh, Juan Agudelo maybe mere inches away from opening his Birmingham Legion account.
And what a really good job from him from recycling the run after the corner didn't work out initially. He pulls back out, and then as Prosper goes to serve that ball, he finds the open space and gets to the ball and then puts a really good header. Just misses just wide off the post today, though.
Birmingham, oh, so close to that opening goal.
And the goalkeeper had no chance of saving that. That's on target. It's 1-0 Legion FC.
So an early break goes the way of Hartford Athletic as Austin Pack, first-year goalkeeper for Hartford, sends it forward. There's Jeff Caldwell in between the sticks a season ago for Hartford, and he had one of the best years of anybody in the USL Championship. Parlayed that into an off-season signing with Colorado Springs. Caldwell held Birmingham scoreless in that matchup Birmingham and the Switchbacks played a couple of weeks back.
And you can see early on that Hartford are looking to kind of go a little bit of route one and get to Dolly as quickly as they can. He's just a big presence, and he's able to hold the defenders off and bring his teammates in. So I would expect to see Hartford to continue to do that throughout this first half.
Dolly, the former draft pick of FC Cincinnati, was not in the squad when Hartford took on Atlanta United 2, so Hartford certainly happy to have him back in the fold here this weekend. So Martinez sinks in deep for a touch, looking over the top for the run of Kasim. Pack does a good job under duress, playing back to the feet of Mojadama.
Legion FC are really stretched here front to back. There's probably about 50 yards, so it'll be interesting to see if Hartford's able to break them down quickly or if they go route one, which it looks like they're continuing to do.
Martinez brought that one down, and a whistle and a foul is going to be a free kick for Hartford as Andre Lewis was brought to the floor. Sadie connects with Lewis, and how about this run from Lewis until Asiadu ends it abruptly.
Such a great tackle from Mando.
And now he connects with Agudelo, and Birmingham may have something here. Agudelo trying to get around the defender. Able to maintain possession. Here's Johnny Dean. Kasim trying to get it back to Dean. Tulu was there to cut that out. Throw in coming here for Legion.
Not a bad idea from Dean to play into Kasim and try and get that 1-2, but he had Mikey Lopez way on the right side that if he could have gotten there, we could have got some service in.
Dean trying to get around his man to the top of the box. Kasim almost got there. Instead, it's cleared as far away as Anderson Asiadu, and Birmingham will reset the attack. 12 minutes in tonight. First 12 minutes that belong to Birmingham. Kasim flicks in the direction of Lapa. Leaves it for Asiadu, whose shot is off Woodwork.
Oh.
And Pack does just enough to help keep it out. For the second time inside 12.5 minutes, Legion FC have found Woodwork, but still asking questions to the Hartford defense.
And a really good job from Bruno Lapa there for holding that ball up and then bringing Anderson Asiadu into the play.
Now Hartford may have something the other direction. Dolly, was he offside? Yes. The AR's flag does come up. But man, what an effort this was from Anderson Asiadu.
Yeah, he just doesn't get it quite right. And again, these are the things that you hope end up going your way at the end of the night, but hopefully this isn't a story that continues to tell itself, because the goalkeeper was beaten yet again.
What a shot that would have been if Asiadu was able to convert. Would have been his second goal in his Legion FC career. Instead, Birmingham have been frustrated by the post and now the crossbar. Bit of a heavy touch, and Martinez is there to corral it. Birmingham have numbers. Martinez's shot takes a deflection wide. Or did it take a deflection? Referee, did he point to the corner? No, he points for a goal kick, and Enzo Martinez can't believe it. We'll have to get a second look. I thought for sure that deflected off a Hartford defender.
I did too. It looked as though as Martinez struck it, it just kind of deflected off of the defender right there. Yeah, it came off his kneecap, and it should have been a corner, but you know, dangerous play from Hartford with Pack coming out of the back with a poor pass, but credit to Legion FC for getting forward and putting pressure on him and winning the ball in a really good spot.
So Tulu maybe gets away with something there. The deflection leads to just a goal kick. But Birmingham on the front foot quickly yet again. Seems pass cut out. Asiadu couldn't quite bring it down, and now the counter-attacking chance may be here for Hartford. Dolly waiting for a little bit of support, hounded by Lopez and Cronali. He's around Lopez. He can't get around Cronali.
Great defending from Cronali. Really, really well done. He anticipates when Dolly's going to push it forward, then beats him to the spot, and then just uses his frame in order to shield the ball outside so that Legion FC can retain possession.
A very busy opening quarter hour. Coach Tom Sohn has to like what he's seen from his Legion FC side so far in this one.
And if you're a Legion FC fan, I think you're happy with the start, but the same thing is popping up. You're creating chances, but you still haven't put it in the back of the net. Got to find a way to get that first one, and I think if they do, then the floodgates will start to open.
It was certainly the case on Thursday in their U.S. Open Cup win. Shot their opponent 11-1 in the first 45 minutes, but could not find the back of the net, and then all of a sudden 3 goals in the first 20 minutes of the second half really puts any doubt away in that contest.
And you see an early ball in, an attempt from Lopez. Hartford are playing a high line, and he could have had Agudelo in had he could have gotten that pass just right, but unfortunately the Hartford defender was able to cut it out.
Kasim has options. Lapa's one of them. Lapa, can he squeeze off a shot in traffic? Not quite. And Pat covers it up for the Athletic.
You know, credit to Hartford. They're giving up chances, but you know, they're finding ways to swarm to the ball at the right time and make it difficult for the Legion FC players to get shots on target. So Pack will certainly appreciate that, but he will not want to see that continue to happen for the rest of the game.
A whistle and a foul is going to go against Agudelo. Free kick for Hartford. They restart play quickly here. 17th minute at Protective Stadium. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes. Glad to have you with us. Birmingham and Hartford both looking for their first win at this USL Championship campaign. Right now, the chance creation all going the way of Birmingham Legion FC. We'll see if Hartford can change that for the next quarter hour or so.
Yeah, so apart from that chance that they had early on a counter, that put in a really great cross, but the forward fouled Kavita. Apart from that, they really haven't gotten into the final third and been dangerous yet.
This Birmingham press has frustrated Hartford a little bit as they've tried to play out of the back. A good passing sequence here, and something may be on.
And that's the first time you've really seen Hartford get through Legion FC's press.
Apollon trying to get around Kavita, got his cross away, but Van Oekel was there.
Really good save from Van Oekel there. Staying on his feet, making sure he's set just before the player hits it so he can make it look like an easy save.
Kasim trying to play quickly back the direction of Agudelo. Here's Juan Agudelo, edge of the area. with an overlap from Dean. Instead leaves it for Asiadu. Enzo Martinez, he's got space. His shots is off target.
And that was a good quick break from Legion FC. I would have liked to see Dean get around Agudelo as he got into the box there to see if you can make the defender make a decision and either go with him or give him the opportunity to take the shot on his own.
So another goal kick here for Hartford fans. Don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and download the Legion FC app today. Available for both iOS and Android users. The Birmingham Legion FC app and @BHM Legion on social media. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. As Pack restarts play. Hartford gets something going forward. Whistle and a foul as Dolly was held back. Barrera trying to restart play quickly. The referee is going to make him retake that free kick.
Yeah, he was only about 15 yards away from where that foul actually occurred. I don't blame the referee for pulling that one back.
Sergei Demyanchuk points to the spot where the foul occurred, and Hartford will restart from there. Perpa puts it back in play. He and Andre Lewis combined with Modu Jadama. Chance for Hartford to put their foot on the ball here a little bit.
That's really the first time you've heard Jadama's name. He's a steady defender. He comes through the Region 3 ODP system and has been through several different clubs and organizations, but he's a solid defender, and he'll be key to Hartford's success at the back today.
He was really good for Tulsa a season ago. 23 starts for FC Tulsa. A couple of those came against Birmingham. Kaziel picks up his head, looking for the target, Agudelo. Good job holding off Tulu. And a foul is now given.
It's really, really well done from Agudelo. That's a lot more difficult than it looks. You have to get low, and you've got a guy who's, over 6 foot and 200 plus pounds weighing down on you. You have to bring a ball down that's played 40 yards in the air, and it's just not it's just not an easy technique to do. And he made it look simple.
Agudelo's been all over the first 20 minutes of this contest today. Almost had the opening goal. His header found Woodwork. Anderson Asiadu has found the bar as well. Birmingham have to feel a little bit unlucky, but they press forward once again. And Kaziel trying to get it back to Dean. Jamal Johnson got there first, played it over the end line. Second Chick-fil-A corner kick coming today.
Yes, and I really like what Legion FC did there. Lopez switches the ball to Van Kaziel, who's getting forward as if he's almost playing as a left back. But then you've got Dean, who's also pushing forward, and so it's really making the forwards from Hartford have to respect that and track back. And Van Kaziel can score a goal too.
It's Lapa to serve this time. To the top of the area, Asiadu will have a crack, and it was blocked rather bravely by Rajan Dali. Throw in here for Birmingham as Lopez works quickly to get it back in. And he couldn't quite keep it in play. It'll be a throw for Hartford now.
That was not the UNC Chapel Hill connection that won them a title back in the day. I can tell you that.
Not quite. So a throw in here for Hartford fans. Select is celebrating its 75th anniversary and is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, the league's choice, the player's choice. Nearly halfway through our opening 45 minutes. Birmingham with 7 shots already. Nearly going to just the 1 from Hartford. A bit of duress, tries to play out the other direction. Perpa. Dean won the header, but out of play. Throw-in coming here for Hartford. And Morgan, what is it about this Birmingham pressure that's giving Hartford problems?
They're just not able to pick the pass in the middle of the park. You've got Asiadu and you've got Martinez who are in there, And although there's a lot of space in between the forwards for Legion FC and the defenders, they're not able to find it at the moment.
Wrapup back to the top of the area. Asiadu plays out the other direction. Lopez has space. So does Kasim. Kasim will have a crack right at Austin Pack.
And that's a really good opportunity for Legion FC to get another good shot on target. And once again, just hit it straight at the goalkeeper this time. Didn't find the post, but it's going to come. I feel like they're knocking on the door, and as soon as they get that first one, they could get several.
Oh, lovely turn here from Sadie. He's fouled, and I believe that's going to be our first booking of the day, and it is. A yellow card shown to Thomas Van Kayziel, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. That's the speed of Prince Sadie that can cause problems for this Birmingham back line.
Yes, and this whole sequence came from the shot that was directly at Pack. Pack got quickly to the top of his box, got it to his teammate, and they were able to break and get the ball into Sadie, who turned Van Kayziel and earned the foul.
Kasim wins it right back, given away by Barrera. Agudelo clatter behind the play. Referee plays advantage. Dean. Back to Agudelo, who's back to his feet. Martinez. Trying to get it all the way to Dean. It just barely got there. Kasim trying to play the one-touch pass, but Agudelo wasn't quite making that run.
You see Dean just picking up that ball just now, and he's 1v1 with Joel, and Joel is daring him to go down the baseline and use his left foot, but instead Dean chooses to go back centrally and keep it on his right, which is his preferred foot.
And Kayziel trying to win it back, and does. Physical play, referee lets it go. But a good job tracking back defensively by Dolly. Trying to play Joel Johnson instead. Dean's there for another interception. He's pushed to ground, but the referee says no.
And that's at least the third or fourth time that Legion FC have won the ball right off of Austin Pack's foot. So they must have seen something that if they put him under pressure, that he'll give you the ball in good spots and open up opportunities for you.
Kasim, Lapa in a tight space. Kasim trying to get there back. Instead it's Lapa who corrals it. Agudelo trying to turn. Back out to Dean.
It's very, very narrow right now. There's only one player wide of the 18, and that's Mikey Lopez. And
Lopez gets the serve. Lapa trying to turn, his cross blocked. And Apollon able to clear it as far away as Kasim and Prince Sadie. Now can get it over the top of everybody. This feels like so much of this game has been played in the attacking half for Birmingham Legion.
See, run at him. You got him 1v1, run at him.
And instead pauses and lets Birmingham set up shop. Everyone in a white shirt is in the attacking half for Birmingham at the moment. So Martinez pushing at the defense. Out wide to Lopez. Those two connect once again. Martinez trying to turn and squeeze off a cross, but that's good defense by Luca Perpa. All the way back it goes to Matt Van Okel, who's had a relatively quiet first half to this point.
And again, Dean is isolated over here 1v1, but Legion FC are choosing to go through the middle and change the possession.
Something Birmingham hasn't done a whole lot of. Dean's been the guy that the attack has flowed through this year. He leads their team in chance creation with 8 so far this year. Agudelo trying to make the run. The flag stayed down, but pass just a bit too heavy. Birmingham fans, Legion FC's next match on the road at Detroit City this Friday, April 15th at 6 o'clock Central Time. Tune in to watch the match live on ESPN Deportes or My 68th. Team returns to Protective Stadium on Wednesday, April 27th at 7 p.m. Central. face Charleston Battery. Details about our new Everybody Wins on Wednesdays campaign coming soon. So get your tickets at bhmlegion.com/tickets. Whistle and a foul is going to go against Anderson Asiadu. He brought Prince Sadie to ground, and a little kick of the ball away afterwards is going to draw a bit of a talking to. Good sportsmanship there from those two guys. Sadie the Liberian, Asiadu the Ghanaian. Hartford able to push it forward. Off the head of Van Kaziel, and an easy collection for Van Oekel.
I think that's just the third or fourth time that Van Oekel has touched the ball this afternoon. Which is great for Legion FC, but not if you're a Hartford fan.
According to the stats we're looking at, 29th minute now. One touch in the opposition box for Hartford Athletic to this point. As Dean tries to keep that in play, he couldn't. Out of play into the first or second row. So a throw in coming here for Birmingham. Birmingham 0-2-1 to start 2022. A couple of draws here at home against tough competition. 1-1 against Tampa Bay Rowdies. 0-0 last time out against Lou City. And a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Colorado Springs. Van Kaziel pushes forward, he goes down, and a free kick is given, and a yellow card is shown. So, set piece opportunity coming here for Birmingham Legion after Andre Lewis commits the foul. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, and a set piece opportunity coming here brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner.
And again, you see Van Kaziel get by Lewis, and then hit the ground and earn the free kick for Legion FC, and another opportunity to bring the big boys from the back up front.
So one yellow card aside here in this first half. Lapa Prosper Kassim standing over the set piece. Now a yellow card shown to the Hartford bench as well. Manager Harry Watling has been booked. So back-to-back Rubio Law Firm yellow cards here. We'll see what Birmingham can do with this Birmingham Freightliner free kick.
Really like to see Kassim step into this one and deliver a nice flat service that ends up somewhere between the 6 and the penalty spot.
Lapa tried to go to the penalty spot but couldn't quite get it there in the end. Redirects all the way back to Anderson Asiadu. So good set piece defending here for Hartford. Now Birmingham start their attack anew. Van Kaziel has Lapa with him on this side. Back to Dean it goes. Enzo Martinez, who's tracked from one side to the other. Asiadu with space, lets it go again, and Pack is there once again.
And I think Agudelo almost got a deflection on that, or got a touch. Instead, it just goes down as a tame shot from Legion FC that goes straight into Pack's hands.
And Morgan, it hasn't probably been the start Hartford have been looking for. They've been under quite a bit of duress, but been fairly organized defensively here through a half hour.
They have, and I think if you're a Hartford fan, you really want to see Barea get on the ball a little bit more. We haven't said his name too often this afternoon.
He had an early cross about 5 or 6 minutes in, but outside of that, he hasn't been able to do a whole lot. It's Hartford trying to build once again. Does a good job holding off Van Kaziel, wins another Hartford throw. Joel Johnson next with Tulu. Back to the feet of Tom Brewitt. All the way out to Jadama.
And you notice now Legion FC are very, very tightly compacted, maybe 25 yards front to back. So as that ball's gotten into their half, they've really retreated and they've got a really good tight defensive shape, which makes it the only option for Hartford really to go over the top, because you can't find a way to get in between the lines. And now they're on the break after they win that ball quickly.
What a pass from Kasim to Lapa. Now here comes Agudelo. Agudelo on his left. A shot takes a deflection, and a good job by Pack to keep the ball from going over the end line and conceding a corner.
Yeah, and I don't mind that from Agudelo. He had a chance to take him 1v1, and again, we talked about him having that killer instinct and that number 9's mentality, and strikers shoot, and they're going to shoot whenever they get the chance, and so I really don't mind that from him. Hopefully he gets a few more chances before this half is over.
Agudelo played 57 minutes. Birmingham's Open Cup match on Thursday, registered 4 shots officially. Dean got around one man, trying to get around a second. Good defending by Joel Johnson. Tulu ushers it over the inline for a goal kick.
That's really good, really, really good defending from Joel there. Johnny Dean is one of the fastest guys in the league and pushes it past him, and then he just a really good job of stepping in front and getting to that space, and then his teammate comes over and Tulu helps see the ball out of bounds for a goal kick.
So it is a goal kick, and Danny Barrera having a rather spirited conversation with our referee today, Sergei Demyancha. Barrera, the man that wears the captain's armband for Hartford Athletic. Perhaps not pleased with the way the whistle has been blown so far today. Of course, the manager, Harry Watling's already been booked in the early part of this contest.
Yeah, there's certainly something going on that they're not a fan of, and now Watling seems to have pressed that to his captain to speak to the referee about it a little bit more, just to kind of give a little bit of doubt in his mind.
Good hold up play once again from Dolly. Purpa. Sadie able to hold it off against Granali.
And once again, you see Legion FC really, really compact, making it difficult for Hartford to break them down and do anything apart from, play backwards once they do try and play the ball forward. So credit to Legion FC for having such a great defensive shape here.
Tulu trying to get it back instead as Siadu intercepts it. Agudelo makes sure Birmingham keep it.
Really good feet, and he's got Kasim on the switch if he can find him.
Siadu working that direction, does find Kasim in a half space. Lopez running with him. Lopez goes down in the area. The referee points to the spot. Penalty given.
What a really, really good job from Agudelo of winning that ball initially, getting it out of his feet, and then getting it to Asiadu, who could then take the break and take it to the next level. And Lopez just does a really good job of receiving that ball from Kasim and earning the penalty there.
So a penalty kick here in the 36th minute, and a yellow card shown to Apollon, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. Lopez goes to ground as soon as he feels the contact. Ashkenov Apollon running down his back.
And off camera, what you didn't see while the replay was going is Agudelo and Lapa were having a conversation about who was going to take this, and you talk about having that killer instinct as a number 9. When you get penalties, you're taking them. You're not asking anybody else to step up to the spot, and this will be a good opportunity for Agudelo to open his account for Legion FC.
Penalty kick brought to you by Stone River. Austin Pack is shown back to his goal line. Lapa and Agudelo both still conversing about this PK. Birmingham has been knocking on the door almost the entirety of this first half, and now have their best opportunity yet to open the scoring. 47 MLS goals for Juan Agudelo, looking for his first in a Birmingham Legion shirt. It's the new signing, Juan Agudelo, and he makes it 1-0 Birmingham.
Calm and as cool as you like. Walks up, takes a little stutter step, sends the keeper the wrong direction, and just passes into the other side of the net. Really, really good penalty there.
What a way to open your accounts for Juan Agudelo.
And again, maybe this is a little bit of paying it back for Agudelo, winning that ball in such a tight spot and getting it out of his feet to get to Asiadu, who could start that break, and then Agudelo gets the opportunity to finish it off from the spot.
Right in front of the supporters section, the newest signing for Birmingham Legion FC, Juan Agudelo finds the corner. And a goal that felt like it's a long time coming. Finds the back of the net. Birmingham Legion in front. Morgan, you talked about the calm walk-up.
Yeah, I mean, just that little stutter step last second, and Austin Pack leans to his right, and Agudelo just sends it right by him.
Cool as you like from Agudelo. Foul and a free kick given as we resume play here at Protective Stadium. Apollon is down. Man who was yellow carded just a moment ago for that foul on Lopez in the box is a bit slow to get up. And so Martinez was not a fan of the call. But it looks like Hartford are going to make an early change here, perhaps as soon as before the half comes to a close.
It'll be interesting to see who they pull off here. It looks like it might be Vassell who's coming on. But not sure who he's going to be replacing at this time unless he's coming in for the injured player.
Apollon is to his feet. 31-year-old now in his second season with Hartford Athletic. But a set-piece opportunity here for Hartford. Now chasing an equalizer. A little more than 6 minutes to go here in the first half.
Notice how Perp is lined up in an offside position initially.
Barrera with the serve. Alex Cronali heads it over the end line. Corner kick coming for Hartford.
And that's well done from Cronali, clearing the ball. Although it went out for a corner, had he let that go, a Hartford player was really there to tuck that away and make it 1-1 just before the half.
But it looks like Hartford will make that change before the half is over. Andre Lewis waiting for a ball so he can serve in this corner. But it is Peter Lee Vassell, the 24-year-old, who's going to come on. And the report from down below is Luca Perpa is going to come off.
He's another name we haven't said much this afternoon, and so I wonder if he's carrying a little bit of a knock from this earlier midweek game that they had.
Perpa was instrumental in that game, a goal and an assist. Played a bunch of minutes on Thursday. And a whistle and a foul before the serve actually got to a blue shirt. And a free kick given to Birmingham. It feels like it's gotten a little chippy over the last 4 or 5 minutes especially. As the sub officially announced down below, it will be Peter Lee Vassell, and Luca Perpa is the man making way. An early change for Hartford here in the 41st minute.
Yeah, and he'll bring some additional firepower to Hartford. Obviously, Luca Perpa is a big loss for Hartford, but Vassell has scored 6 goals in his 18 appearances with the Reggae Boys, the Jamaican national team. So certainly a guy who can still put it in the back of the net.
Vassell's tenure with Hartford got off to a tough start in their opener against Pittsburgh. 2 yellow cards by the 41st minute. Hartford played down a man. Quite a stretch of time there in Pittsburgh. Seam turns. Good job by Martinez to let that go through to Asiadu.
Yes, and if they can get it out wide to Dean a little bit quicker next time, they'll have a 2v1 with Van Kazeel and Dean against Joel.
Asiadu back inside. Instead, it's picked off. Vassell, the new substitute, and he won a free kick as well. Much to the dismay of Chris Seam, who thought he got all ball.
Yeah, Hartford will be happy that there was a foul called in that situation, because Legion FC very easily could have broke and created another dangerous chance off of a loss, but they get the ball back here now.
That'll be Johnny Dean to throw it back in. Fans can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC channel 157 and the SXM app. Closing minutes of our opening 45. Birmingham in front by 1. Hartford trying to change that. Good defending by Dean as Andre Lewis is making a threatening run forward. Lewis looking over the top for Joel Johnson. Johnson got there in front of Dean, but Dean able to hold him off for the moment. Still it falls for Lewis, trying to find a shooting lane. Instead, to the back post, and Van Oekel's beaten. It's 1-1. Ashkenov Apollon makes up for the PK he surrendered earlier. He's tied the contest at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and a really good job from Hartford, just keeping the press on Legion FC as they're trying to clear the ball, and Legion FC is unable to do it. And lo and behold, Hartford makes them pay.
Hartford just kept pushing and pushing and pushing on that possession, and in the end, the pressure pays off. Ashkenov Apollon, the 31-year-old, making his first start of the year today, opens up his Hartford account.
Yeah, the ball is just
22.
perfectly placed, and you know, all he has to do is just walk on and strike that on goal, and gets it low into the corner to Van Oekel's right, and unfortunately, he can't save it for the Legion FC fans.
Dean back to work quickly along with a bunch of other white shirts pushing forward. Martinez back to Alex Crognale. This first half have another chance left in it. Lopez is cross-blocked away. Now Hartford on the break. Prince Sadie on the run. 1v1 against Van Kazeel in space. Sadie gets around Van Kazeel. Looking for options, and Van Kazeel is there in the passing lane.
Yeah, the game's coming really, really stretched at the moment at the end of the half, and some opportunities may open up, but Van Kazeel has to let the Hartford attacker go by because he's already on a card, so he can't risk getting his second yellow at the end just before the half.
Dean joins the attack for Birmingham as we play into the 45th minute. Agudelo for Lopez. Back to the feet of the goal scorer. So Martinez is onside. It's cross blocked by Jadama and cleared as well.
Really good defending there.
We're down below is 2 minutes. Stoppage time is coming to close out this first half. So Martinez with a nice turn. Lapa. Martinez and a cross into a dangerous area. So Lewis got it away.
Once again, got to give credit to Tulu and Jadama and Brewitt at the back, who are able to bend but not break. Legion FC are creating chances of getting crosses into the box, but they're being met with blue jerseys instead of white.
It is officially confirmed down below. 2 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine to close out this first 45. Kassim plays the switch. Van Kazeel's got a bit of space. So Martinez, his pass cut out by Dolly. Lewis able to bring it down. And Lewis is on the run. So is Prince Sadie behind the defense. Kavita running back. And the shot mishits by Rashawn Dolly, well wide of the post of Matt Van Oekel.
Legion FC would be holding their breath a little bit after that one. That was a good opportunity for Hartford to take a lead into the half, and unfortunately he scuffed his shot.
Game continues to be stretched as Birmingham push back the other way. 47th and final minute to this first half. Yearly Vassal. Lewis. Johnson can't quite get around Dean. Good tackle from Johnny Dean. Looks like that may be the last bit of action here in this first half. Referee glanced at his watch. And now he blows the whistle. First half comes to a close, and what a busy first half it was here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Birmingham Legion had the bulk of the chances early, eventually found the back of the net from the penalty spot thanks to Juan Agudelo. But Hartford with an answer of their own from Ashkanoff Apollon. And we head into the halftime dressing rooms tied at 1. Don't worry, we've got plenty more coming up from our coverage of USL Championship Soccer. Talked to Team of the Week honoree Anderson Asiadu earlier this week. Plus, we'll look at the USL standings and news and notes and scores from across the USL Championship this weekend. That's all coming up at our halftime show presented by Michael's Restaurant. Your score through 45 minutes, Birmingham Legion 1, Hartford Athletic 1.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow! Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
To Jack's new Southern Barbecue Pub Burger.
Cheers.
Jack's new Southern Barbecue Pub Burger. It's everything you love and more, more, more. 2 juicy patties topped with melty cheese, crispy bacon, French fried onions, and tangy barbecue sauce. Enjoy every bite with a side of crinkle fries.
Another round?
You're buying. Jack's, all about the South.
Back here with our coverage, Birmingham Legion FC, here with Anderson Asiadu, Team of the Week this week. Congratulations, my guy.
For sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Obviously a tough match against Lou City last week, but 8 duels won, I think 12-13 recoveries as well. How do you feel like your season started this year?
I feel like it's a long season, but I'm ready every year. I've been here, so I'm always ready to be a warrior, to work hard for the team and to help the team in every possible way. So this is just the beginning of it. Yeah, I just want to keep improving my game and to help the team win.
And you mentioned you're a guy that's been around this Legion team now for a few seasons. What's it been like being one of the guys that's been here as you welcome in some new faces this year?
It's been good because at least it brings the leadership part of me in the game. Yeah, I've been here with ups and downs with this club. Yeah, so I just want to help the guys who are here, so that we can all have fun together and achieve great things together. Because it's every year we want to achieve better things. So if new guys come in and they can help us move on and do great things for the club and the city of Birmingham, why not? We are all down for it because it's for the city. That's why we are here, representing the city. So anybody who is down to help us, we are welcome on board so that we can all support each other and win and have fun on the pitch together.
For sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned, we were talking earlier, it's still very early in this very long season. I mean, what's been the focus the early part of the season, especially in training, where we're at right now?
Yeah, right now we just trying to be the best we can be every day. Obviously, we haven't found the results that we wanted, but hey, it's football. You can't give up. Tough moments, you have to have a thick skin and grind through tough moments, because in life you go through tough moments to achieve great things. Yeah, so we have to understand it and believe that we have a good squad, and we have to believe in each and everyone here, that as long as the season is still alive, we can turn things around based on the way we approach every single game moving forward.
Still plenty of game days left here in 2022. Do you got any fits? You got any shirts? Any pants? Anything we can see from you on game day?
Nah, I just normally I just do regular. Yeah, simple. Yeah, simple because you look good, you play good sometimes, but that's not the main focus. The main focus is the win for the team. So I like to look good, but at the same time, is to help the team win. That's the most important thing on the field. Yeah, to help the team at every possible way so that the team can find success. And that's why we are here so far. Yeah, it's very difficult, but I believe that we can turn things around.
Yeah, well, wishing you plenty of success. Congrats once again on the Team of the Week, and hoping to see another solid year here in 2022.
For sure. Thank you, guys.
More from our coverage of Legion Soccer right after this.
In the making, a dream start for City.
Maxi Rodriguez, what a stop by Steinwasser.
What a debut for the Legion. Marlon. What a goal from Marlon. What a save, Van Ogle.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama Protective Stadium. And half of soccer played between Hartford Athletic and Birmingham Legion. 1-1 our score through 45 minutes as we welcome you back to our halftime coverage presented by Michael's Restaurant. Plenty to get to across a very busy weekend in the USL Championship. First things first, let's look at our Eastern Conference standings coming into this weekend. Of course, Morgan, both Hartford and Birmingham trying to play their way into the top 10. Birmingham and Hartford both have seen some of the teams at the top of the table. Pittsburgh so far in Louisville City especially off to fantastic starts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for Legion FC, getting a win today will help shift the momentum. I think this is the first team that they faced this season that was not a playoff team last year. So the front part of their schedule has been really difficult, and getting a win will be great for the guys' morale.
And Hartford, of course, has played Pittsburgh already. They've also played Tampa Bay Rowdies, and then their other contest came against Atlanta United 2, who has 6 points from their 6 matches so far this season. Of course, that's what the standings look like. Here is what happened yesterday on a busy day of USL Championship soccer. This is one of 2 contests taking place on Sunday afternoon. But first things first, an absolute banger of a contest in Oklahoma. Pittsburgh Riverhounds 4-3 over FC Tulsa. Detroit City with a big win. And, of course, San Diego Loyal with a big win as well. Morgan, perhaps the most surprising result up there, the Miami FC, a 1-0 winner against Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not a result that anybody would have written down on their score sheet for the weekend.
No doubt. And Indy 11 went down to South Texas. A pair of second-half goals helped them take out the RGV Toros. A nice win for Indy 11. Of course, the only other action is Louisville City taking on Loudoun United. They lead up in Virginia. Across the USL news and notes, of course, we've talked about the USL Super League calendar operating from August to June, aligning with the women's international calendar. But the Open Cup draw, Morgan, was really what everybody was watching on Friday. Some intriguing matchups on tap.
Yeah, absolutely. Legion FC is going to be hosting Tormenta, and it's an old foe from the USL 2 days, and so Legion FC will be welcoming a team from a lower division and hope that they will come out and take it very seriously, because the USL 1 teams have come back and they've beaten a few of the USL Championship teams this year.
Meanwhile, for Hartford, they get New York Red Bulls, so they get to go the other way, playing up to MLS. Certainly going to be a fun one.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see all the drama unfold in the next round of the U.S. Open Cup.
Our first half stats brought to you by Steel City. Pops look like this, and Morgan 12 shots to 3. That's kind of what it felt like through 45 minutes, but Hartford finished the one big opportunity they had from Ashkanoff Apollon.
Yeah, and once again, looking at it, 12 shots and 3 of them are on target, so that below 30% of those shots on target is reigning true. Obviously, Hartford haven't had many, but the ones that they have had, they've made count.
Apollon's equalizer, certainly one of the biggest plays in that 45 minutes, especially considering he was the one that gave away the penalty that allowed Birmingham to score the equalizer through Juan Agadello. We'll take a timeout. Our second 45 minutes between Hartford Athletic and Birmingham Legion come your way right after this.
I need to try it first.
It's true. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this?
Dude, why?
How could you? It's okay, people. I've trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Breaking in, Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Flags flying, the breeze certainly blowing here as we welcome you back to the Magic City, Birmingham, Alabama. Hartford Athletic taking on Birmingham Legion. Time to look at our first half highlights brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And Morgan, it was Birmingham who had the bulk of the chances early on.
Absolutely, and here just a half chance created for Prosper Nassim, and then a great ball in for Juan, and you can just tell they're knocking on the door really early, and unfortunately we're unable to open it until a few minutes later, and we'll see that chance in a moment.
This was the chance Anderson Asiadu had that also found Woodwork.
Yeah, really unlucky not to score here, and the goalkeeper fortunately sees it bounce off of his body into a position where he can still save it. And
Birmingham hit Woodwork twice. Prosper Kasim had a shooting lane a couple of times as well, but Juan Agadello from the spot was what finally opened the scoring.
Yeah, just a really calm and cool, collected finish, making it look very simple.
That got Birmingham on the board, but their lead didn't last long. Hartford Athletic started to push a little bit into the attacking third. They were dangerous on the counter a couple of times in that second half, and Ashkanoff Apollon made Birmingham pay here.
Yeah, and that's a really good finish. It's a great ball from his teammate, but I mean the finish itself is still a really good one as well.
Apollon able to score. Andre Lewis was the man who served it up for him, and that got the scoreline tied at 1 apiece. But Morgan, we saw a lot of this in the first half. Birmingham had a bulk of possession. They were able to get the ball to the wide areas, but sometimes against a really compact defense, things gotta happen quickly. Otherwise, it can lead to breaks the other direction.
Yeah, you see Legion FC's push really far forward, and Mikey Lopez takes a good touch and then goes to serve it. But the danger here is the defender blocks the ball, and now Hartford is on the break, and they break very quickly. And then you see here, Van Keziel's back, and he's already on a yellow card, so he has to be very careful, and the player slips by him. So Legion FC, maybe in the second half, you want to see a little bit more service, just a little bit quicker to avoid these scenarios that allow them to break and potentially create a chance that could score another goal.
Yeah, Rashawn Dolly, Prince Sadie certainly have been dangerous on the counter. We'll see if that's Hartford's plan for the second 45 minutes as well, as we are just about ready to resume action. Hartford Athletic in blue, Birmingham Legion in black and white. There's the whistle, and our second 45 minutes is underway from Protective Stadium. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes, glad to have you with us. And a very interesting first half. We'll see if the second half is just as good as both Hartford and Birmingham chase their first USL win here in 2022.
Certainly, and they're right out of the gate, Legion FC going and pressing high and putting pressure on Austin Pack to play a good pass out. And, you know, Legion FC get on the end of it, but unfortunately something hasn't come of it just yet. But you can still see that is their MO. They are trying to put Austin Pack under pressure and make him give the ball away to Legion FC in good positions.
No changes announced officially for either side. Of course, Hartford's already made one change. Peter Lee Vassell came on about 5 minutes before the end of the half, replacing Luca Perpa.
And he had a positive impact when he came on. He was a part of a couple of their breaks, and you know you'll look to see him do that again in the second half. But for Hartford, you really want to see Barea get on the ball a little bit more. He was really quiet, had less than 20 touches in the first half, and that's not something that's normal for him on an afternoon.
Barea was first team All-USL a season ago with his 8 goals and 12 assists. He's had a quieter start to 2022, and he's been fairly quiet so far in this one. As Austin Pack puts it back in play.
And even though he's been quiet so far this afternoon, he's still the type of player that if you give him one opportunity to hurt you, he's really going to make you pay. So can't fall asleep on him at all.
Lapa out wide to Dean, who cut off Johnson to get there. Seedou giving his teammate a bit of support. Kavita, Van Keziel, Alex Crognali, the back three for Birmingham today. Bruno Lapa has room to turn, but his pass to Dean, cut out by Joel Johnson.
It's really good defending from Joel. You want to see that ball get through to Dean, as he'll be in behind the defense, but Joel does a really good job of reading what Lapa's about to do and picks that pass out.
And here is Barrera with a bit of space. Dolly trying to turn. Alex Crognali made sure that couldn't happen. And a foul as Crognali goes to ground.
It's really good defending from Crognali again. I think that's the second time he's stepped in front of Dolly, who's tried to beat him on the turn, and that's just a classic veteran defending and a really good job there.
Crognali, the 27-year-old from Maryland. A big-time defender for Birmingham since coming over from Columbus Crew. As Kasim wins Birmingham a throw. Tar Heels connect. Lopez and Enzo Martinez back to the feet of Crognali.
And off camera, you can just see Johnny Dean is getting himself wide, but he's having to hold his hand up to block the sun. So that may cause some issues for him getting some big switches in the second half. But hopefully he can find a way to deal with it.
Bit of a misplayed ball there leads to a Hartford throw. Birmingham working against the wind here in the second half. Hartford do have the breeze to help them out. Ball's over the top. That breeze has been fierce at times here today, gusting up to about 20 miles an hour. Seydou able to keep it and find Kasim as well. Kasim leaves it for Lapa. Kasim around one man, couldn't get around the second. Seydou under pressure.
And a really good tight shape from Hartford here. Not allowing Legion FC to play into Agudelo or to Lapa in between the lines. It just, when you're able to keep those lines so compact and so tight, it makes it tough for the attackers to drift in between and really kind of, open up everything.
See if Hartford can keep that defensive shape as this game wears on. Hartford's had to do the bulk of the defending so far in this one. Great run here though from Vassell. He finds Barrera in the central part of the park, who leaves it for Lewis.
Barrera and Asiadu are getting into each other a little bit, so that could be something to watch in the second half as this game goes on. Anderson has done a really, really good job of making Barea not a huge part of this game, and so I'm sure Barea is a little bit frustrated with that.
Asiadu, of course, USL Team of the Week last week. Talked to him at halftime. Off to another solid start here in 2022.
And Asiadu is one of those players that off the field, he's the most gentle player that you'll ever meet, but on the field, he's a pit bull, and you don't ever want to be on the wrong side of him in a tackle, but off the field, you won't find a nicer human being.
Goal kick here for Matt Van Oekel, 5 minutes into this second half. Fans, it's an Eastern Conference clash on ESPN Deportes this upcoming week when Detroit City welcomes Birmingham Legion. Don't miss the Motor City take on the Magic City Friday, April 15th at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on ESPN Deportes. Detroit City coming off a big win against Atlanta United 2 this weekend. Birmingham looking for a win of their own here against Hartford as a whistle and a foul is going to go against Modou Jadama.
And Jadama just getting into the back of Kasim a little bit too heavy there as the ball's coming out, but you can see the Legion FC players adjusting to the wind that's blowing in their face now. That ball's not carrying, it's holding up, which is making them have to adjust from the way that they were playing in the first half.
Lopez finds a crevice for Kasim. Couldn't quite get there in the end. Hear the wind swirling down below. That's what both sides are going to have to deal with here in the second half. Jadama trying to pick out a pass. Barrera back to the feet of Jadama. Joel Johnson not quite on the same page with Andre Lewis. Beautiful day here in Birmingham, 78 degrees currently, but the breeze certainly going to be a factor. The shadows perhaps as well as this afternoon wears on into the evening.
Yeah, it's interesting. This second half, you've seen some starting positions for some of the players for Legion FC change just a little bit. Kasim is starting a little higher. I know he's taking this ball all the way back to Cronali now, but you see Enzo Martinez dropping a little bit deeper to pick up the ball as well. So it'll be interesting how that impact the game this half.
Agudelo trying to make the run in behind. The flag is up.
And that was really close. Agudelo was in on goal if that is not called.
And a yellow card has been shown to Juan Agudelo as well. Can't quite tell from here whether Agudelo started his run in an onside position.
Yeah, I think that's really close, and Hartford will be happy that call went their way for sure.
Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, and Agudelo was booked for that little chop past the goalkeeper after play had already been stopped.
Yeah, that's one of those situations. Maybe you want to see the referee kind of give a warning to the player instead of give a card immediately, but you know, he's the person who makes all the major decisions for the game, and so you know, he decided to give Agudelo a card there in that situation, but you know, maybe give him a stern warning next time instead of pulling the card out so quickly.
The referee today has shown 4 yellow cards in this one. 2 aside as Lopez is called for the foul. And Morgan, if you're Hartford, certainly they're happy to see a much more even start to the second half than what they experienced the bulk of the first half.
Certainly, and I would expect this to be served into the box as the center backs start to go forward. You saw Brewitt and Tulu are making their way forward, and so I would expect this ball to go into the box unless they have a little trick up their sleeve.
Danny Barrera ready to serve it, and he's got a helping breeze at his back. Towards the top of the 18, Kavita heads it away. Johnson plays it to a wide area. Sadie found room for the cross. Cronali headed it away. Barrera on the volley, couldn't quite hit it. It's flicked back into danger, but only finds the waiting gloves of Van Oekel.
Yeah, and really good defending there from Legion FC. All their defenders had a great body shape as that ball was about to come in, and were able to step into and attack that cross as it came in. And Berrea, of course, is going to probably want that one back. He did not connect as well as he would have liked to.
And so Martinez, lovely ball over the top to find Agudelo, who's onside this time. He's got Dean off his shoulder. Agudelo leaves it for Asiadu, whose shot is wide.
And that was one of the things we talked about in the first half. Dean getting around Agudelo as he's 1v1. The defender had to hesitate slightly as that as Dean went around, because Agudelo easily could have slipped Dean in to cross that ball, but there's that striker's instinct again. He's cutting inside and looking for the chance to score the goal.
Instead left it for Asiadu, who's had a couple of cracks today, one that found Woodwork back in the first half. Castle looking on the other side of the park for Tulu, and that got away from him.
Yeah, it seems he's having a little bit of difficulty adjusting to the turf. I think that's the second or third pass that he's just played out of bounds. So I know he'll want to fix that as the game goes on. But certainly giving Legion FC an opportunity here to get back on the attack.
Agudelo will turn and survey. Play in Thomas Van Keziel. Bruno Lapa.
It's a really good ball from Cornali, skipping Martinez there.
Kasim around one man, finds Lopez, trying to get it back to him. Was there a handball in there? Referee says no, despite the protestations. Bruno Lapa certainly was close to it and thought there might have been a handball.
Yeah, it's tough to tell from this angle, but the spin of the ball looks like it changes, so I don't know if the referee got a good look at that or not.
Ojidama was awfully close there. Holland close as well, as Lapa's clattered from behind. That was rather clumsy.
Yeah, that was a little late on the tackle, and maybe some of his frustration from giving the ball away a few times coming out in that tackle.
Lapa put it on the floor and tried to restart play quickly. Bruno Lapa being called back. Not at all pleased with the official who wouldn't let play go.
Yeah, I think the players are complaining because I think they heard a whistle, and so it was like the game's back on, let's go, and try to slip the player in, and he calls it back, but you know, lo and behold, here we are. Game is restarted, and ball is recirculating outside to Dean.
Lapa trying to get back to Dean, who's in a foot race with Johnson. It's Dean who wins it and cuts it back inside. Kasim trying to turn. A crowded box couldn't quite get it off his foot.
That's really good from Johnny Dean as he gets down, takes Joel on, was able to cut back on his preferred right foot to get that service in, and just a little bit too hot to handle for Kasim to hit first time. And unfortunately for Legion FC fans, Hartford's able to recollect themselves and clear the danger.
Agudelo. Finds Enzo Martinez. Lopez. Cuts it inside, trying to get around to Pollen. Kasim. Dean. Lapa tried to leave it for Kasim. Asiadu instead. Thought about teeing it up.
Hartford keeping that space really, really tight and able to see out the possession, but Joel decides to play that ball out and give a Legion FC a corner. So for Legion FC fans, they'll be hoping that they can take advantage of this opportunity from the mistake from the right back.
Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A, taken quickly by Bruno Lapa. Dean switches the play to the other side to Lopez. Lopez with a serve to the back post. Just a bit too tall for Alex Cornali.
Yeah, and he didn't even jump, so I wonder if that sun got in his eyes and he just couldn't see it, because you know, it seemed as though that might have been an opportunity for him to play that, but it's hard to tell from this angle. But you know, a chance cleared again, once again from Hartford.
It appears Hartford Athletic are prepping their second change of the afternoon. Connor McGlynn has grabbed a shirt and is receiving further instructions down below. Hartford have already made one change, a second appears to be forthcoming, but first things first, more defending to do. Dean with a decent serve in, it was deflected. Dean back to it, got a head to it. Cleared away by Jadama. Kasim. Headed to his left, Lapa. Back to Kasim, who stayed onside. Lopez made the late run. It was headed over the bar by Brewitt. Another corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A is coming.
And that's a really good sequence from Legion FC. Johnny Dean, instead of taking the ball and cutting back inside this time, he decides to take it on his left foot and get the cross away. And unfortunately doesn't find a Legion FC player, but doesn't go out either. And they're able to recycle it and get an opportunity for Mikey to get on the end of a header. But at least they've got a corner coming out of here, so hopefully they can get some good service and get Cronali or Kavita on the end of one of these.
Hartford will make that change before this corner comes in. It's Rashawn Dolly who's coming off. He makes way for Connor McGlynn, 23-year-old from Siena. Played 45 minutes last time out against Atlanta United too. He's on here for the final half hour in Birmingham. Now that the change has been made, Lapa plays the corner short. Kasim. Back post again, just a bit beyond anybody in a white shirt.
Yeah, I think every corner from Legion FC today has been a short one, so they've been looking to play that first pass and make Hartford react to see if they can find something open on the backside or somewhere else. But instead of playing it directly in, they've decided to go short. So the coaching staff must have seen something in their preparations for this match.
Johnson fought off it by Bean, but now a late whistle will go against him. Free kick for Hartford. Green and blue back on it. Connor McGlynn, his first touches since coming on. Lovely chip to find Vassell. Herrera back to Vassell. Something maybe in the works here for Hartford. Vassell trying to get through traffic, instead had it taken off him by Cronali. The referee waves away and he shouts for a foul.
Once again, that's good defending from Cronali. He's had a really solid match so far today.
Lapa finds Prosper Kasim. Kasim with Lopez making the run in front of him. Lopez almost got there against Apal and did end up getting there in the end. Good 1v1 battle. Those two guys were on a sprint for a good 50 yards or so.
Yeah, Pollen does a really good job of getting his body in between Lopez and the ball and is able to see out the danger there.
Dean's cross a bit too short to get to Juan Agadello. But Lopez back on it again. Kasim, lovely pass to find Enzo Martinez. Those two couldn't quite get on the same page with Agadello.
And that may just be a little bit of that chemistry piece that you hope to see establish itself as the season goes on. But when you haven't played with a player ever and it's the first time you get the opportunity to do it, it's really difficult to kind of step into a team and know exactly what your teammates are going to do and what their instincts are going to be.
Another new face, Enzo Martinez, not quite on the same page with Anderson Asiadu. And it looks like Birmingham are prepping a double change. Eddie Horvat, Marlon Santos. Both grab shirts. Look like they might be coming on here in a moment.
I'll be interested to see if this is a like-for-like swap, if Agadello and Kasim come off for Horvat and Marlon, but
Agadello not quite fully match fit according to head coach Tom Soni. Played 57 minutes on Thursday in the U.S. Open Cup match. He's made it to the hour mark here in this one.
Yeah, and they call it match fitness for a reason. It's the only way you can really get the true intensity of a game is to actually play in them, and this is his only one, or only his second one that he's had with Legion FC. So I would expect him to regain that fitness very quickly, but if he's the one that come off, it would be understandable.
Apollon against Lopez. Trying to get around Lopez, and does. His cross is dangerous. Chadama leaves it for Barrera. Oh, how did he not hit the target there?
And really silky stuff from Hartford and from Pollen, getting by Lopez, and you're right, Barea is going to want that one back.
A golden opportunity for Hartford Athletic to take the lead. But Danny Barrera, a man who found the back of the net 8 times last year, could not quite find the target from about 8 or 9 yards out. Agudelo sinks in for a touch. It is confirmed down below. He is going to be one of the men coming off at the next stoppage as Birmingham prep their double change, which is now ready.
Yeah, we take back to that Pereira chance. We talked about getting chances on target, forcing keepers to make saves, and if you don't make them make saves, you can't score goals. So again, he's going to want that one back, and he'll rue that missed opportunity.
Dean had it taken off his feet by Vassell. Siadou quick to win it back for Birmingham, fighting against Sadie.
That's a really tough battle in there.
But now it's given right back, and now the whistle blows again. Looks like a free kick is coming here for Birmingham, as Legion FC will make a change. Make it 2 of them. Waiting for our 4th official to confirm the changes down below. And now he will. Juan Agudelo will make way for Eddie Horvat. A Croatian 23-year-old will make his 2nd appearance for Birmingham, or his 3rd if you count the US Open Cup. But a nice ovation in front of the home fans for Juan Agudelo.
Yeah, it's nice to see him get a goal in his first USL Championship match. You know, it's always a tough thing to do. You go game after game, and then the pressure really starts to build. You get brought in to score goals, and that's your main job. And getting that one off of his back initially in the first game is really going to do wonders for his confidence going forward.
So Horvat for Agudelo is one change. The other is Brazilian for Brazilian. Marlon Santos on for Bruno Lapa, and Marlon Santos wasting no time. Still Marlon Santos. Oh, he almost threaded it all the way through.
And that's just a little bit of the excitement that you can get with Marlon. He is very quick, very pacey, very shifty. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes into this match with about 25 minutes left and changes the way that Legion FC go at defenders.
Lopez, surrounded by 2 blue shirts, plays it over the top, and Pat comes to receive it. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club's on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Welcome everybody that's watching us today on ESPN+. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes here with you at Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Still plenty to be decided in this one.
It's a really good piece of skill from Sadie there.
Stoppage here as Sadie is down right inside the 18, which is not something you want to see if you're a Hartford fan.
No, it'll be interesting to see what happened to him. He's been down for a little bit of time.
Let's see if we can get a look at it on this replay. Just kind of collides with Alex Cronali.
Yeah, and that's like running into a brick wall. You're not going to just move that guy if he's prepared for the contact. So maybe just knock the wind at him a little bit. But he's up on his feet. He looks like he'll be okay.
So we'll restart play here in a moment. Sadie, of course, an impact signing for Hartford in the offseason after making quite a few appearances for Phoenix Rising a season ago. It's mostly a super sub for Phoenix. Came to Hartford for more playing time. So far getting that here in Hartford and making an impact with the time he's gotten in the early part of the year. Pollen, chopped down by Lopez. Free kick given right in front of the Hartford bench. Another chance for Hartford to get some of the big guys forward.
Yeah, again, if Pereira can use his left foot and hit a really nice flat service and then drop this thing right in between the 6 and the penalty spot, that'll be right where his attackers want to get on the end of it.
Pereira's serve is low, headed away by Cronali. Gentile brings it under control. Pereira may have a second shot at serving something. Towards the top of the box this time. Eddie Horvat heads it away. Now Johnny Dean is off and running, trying to get around Vassell. Dean holds it, waiting for some options. Almost had one in Horvat, but good defending by Andre Lewis, who had tracked back.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got a little bit of a taste of how quick he actually is. Keeping up with Johnny Dean is no easy feat, and was able to make him cut back onto his right foot instead of continue down that sideline.
Barrera trying to keep it in play, but Lopez took it off his foot. Chitama to the rescue, wins it back for Hartford. And a foul given as Martinez held back Barrera.
Yeah, and Lopez is down after that tackle with Janama, and those are two players who aren't going to back out of a 50-50 tackle, so gotta hope that Lopez is okay.
Maybe a bit of cramping for Lopez as his teammate Horvat goes to work on his left calf. So a quick stoppage here. Birmingham fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And download the Legion FC app today. You're home for all things happening with Birmingham Legion FC, the Legion FC app, and @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Lopez makes his way off. Looks to be all right.
It's been interesting to see after the change for Marlon for Lapa. You see Marlon is ending up in wider positions than Lapa was getting into, and so maybe that'll open up some opportunities. But Lapa really likes to operate in between those lines and centrally as a true number 10, and Marlon is a little bit more of a winger. So we'll see how that change impacts the rest of this game. But
Paul into the back post, dangerous ball. It falls for Lewis. His shot is blocked away by Kavita, and Kavita comes up with a second stoppage as well.
Really dangerous opportunities here for Hartford off of the free kick.
Lewis forced backwards for the moment. Good challenge from Marlon Santos, forcing Hartford all the way back. But Hartford have had their moments here in the second half to try to take a lead. Dean able to win that challenge against Lewis. And Van Oekel pushes it forward. 17 plus minutes left here at Protective Stadium. Which side can find a winner this afternoon? Wide Barrera keeps it in play. Got his cross away. Johnson trying to leave it down for Lewis. Instead, Van Kazeel sends it away from danger.
And Apollon seems to be like he's growing into this game a little bit more. He's taking on players, just creating things. Beat a player 1v1 just there, and then played it out to Barea, who got a cross into the box. So we'll see as that develops if that starts to become more and more dangerous for Hartford.
Looks like Birmingham are prepping yet another change down below. Ryan James is ready to come in at the next stoppage.
Yeah, and I wonder if this switch is going to be taking Mikey Lopez off and then putting Ryan James onto the left to allow Johnny Dean to kind of really get down this right wing and create some more chances. As we talked about earlier, he leads the team in chances created. So maybe that little change will give Legion FC a couple more opportunities going forward and make Hartford have to adjust for the last 15 to 20 minutes here.
Vassell hounded by Asiadu. His pass chopped away by Kasim, and now Birmingham will make that change. And just as you predicted, it is Mikey Lopez coming off, Ryan James coming on for the final 15 plus minutes.
Yeah, and immediately you see James go over to the left side, who's a natural left-footed player, and Dean come over to the right. So Ryan James is also no person who's a stranger to scoring goals and creating chances. So it'll be interesting to see how Legion FC go about these last 15 to 20 minutes.
James gave Birmingham 90 minutes on Thursday. Coming on for the final few moments here in this one. His header finds the feet of Marlon Santos.
Yeah, another thing I'll be interested to see what happens is in the first half we called Van Kazeel's name a lot in the attacking third as he was working with Dean getting forward, and you know, he hasn't gone forward as much this half. So interested to see if he starts getting back into the foray and getting into the attacking third for Legion FC.
Marlon draws attention. Loses possession. A throw in coming here for Hartford.
I've noticed that Hartford Athletic are also not going as much route one this half. In the first half, they were playing into Dolly and into his body and using that big frame. The second half, they haven't done that as much. But yeah, it looks like he's taking up different starting positions and is playing more as a second striker instead of as a 10. So be interested to see how that impacts the game for the last little bit we have here.
15 minutes to go. Hartford and Birmingham still knotted at 1, as they have been since late there in that first half. Kasim looking over the top for Dean, but Dean hadn't quite started that run yet.
Yeah, Johnny Dean's using his hands right now. He's telling Prosper, put it a little bit deeper and a little bit straight. Let me run onto it and keep it on the inside of the field instead of having to bend it away, going to the touchline.
Crowley heads that away. A throw in coming for Hartford as they were trying to break. Before they throw it in, another change coming for the green and blue.
Yeah, and for Legion FC, it may have been a good thing that Coach Watling didn't catch that ball, because it seemed like he was trying to give it to the player to go quickly. So maybe a fortunate break for Legion FC there, as Cronale was on the ground after hitting that ball away.
Good shift from Prince Sadie. He checks out here as Mitchell Curry, the Englishman, is on. Curry right onto the ball, trying to get around into Martinez. Martinez went to ground to take it off him and wins the free kick.
Yeah, never how you want your first touch to end up. You always want to get your first couple of touches and complete that pass and grow in confidence in the game. So when you get it the first time and you give it away and then give away a foul right afterwards, that's not the ideal start for you coming on.
Marlon Santos creating a bit of danger, but not quite on the same page with Ryan James. Center of the park open for Lewis. Couldn't quite get it out wide to Curry. Have still outshot Hartford today 14-6, but the bulk of that shooting came in the first 45 minutes. The second half has been more even. You could say certainly Hartford have had the better quality opportunities here in the second half to this point.
Yeah, it really has been the tale of two halves, but there's still plenty of time for this game to change, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know that wind has been brutal for both teams, and seems like it's still whipping through the stadium, so it's difficult to deal with, and it makes you alter the way that you play, and certainly has done that for Legion FC.
A giveaway in their own half for Legion could lead to a chance. And Kazil there to cut it out, otherwise Lewis wanted a crack at goal. Dean trying to play to the feet of Horvat, who lost his footing.
Yeah, and if you're a Hartford Athletic fan, you probably want to see Vassell take a shot there. He's 18 yards away from goal and has the opportunity, but instead decides to try and play it to his teammate to give him the opportunity. But seemed like he had a window to take a crack at goal and chose to pass it away instead.
Lewis's pass cut out. Ball in the air, brought down by Horvat, who couldn't quite hold it. Wanted a foul, referee not giving him one. Now here comes Apollon again against Dean.
And he wants to get to his left foot.
He got to his left. Dean trying to beat him there. Good defending.
Really good defending. Even though he slips, he makes the player change what he wants to do, and ultimately is able to get back up, and his teammates get back so they can be prepared to defend the cross that ultimately comes in from that. But really good defending from Dean, staying on top of Lewis. Or Apollon, excuse me.
It was Barrera who made that near post run and eventually was flicked out of play by him. "79 minutes gone here at Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes, glad to have you with us for Hartford and Birmingham's first meeting since 2019. These two teams met twice that year. 2-2 draw in Birmingham and a drubbing that went Hartford's way up in Connecticut. So Legion FC looking for their first ever win against the green and blue.
Yeah, and off screen, you didn't see it, but Horvat made a run and Ryan James could have picked him out if he wanted to, but chose to keep possession. But it seems Hartford's still keeping that line really high, so maybe that early cross in from the wing could be an opportunity for Legion FC to get in behind of Hartford Athletic.
Now it's Hartford who's attacking. Castle decided not to press the issue. Hartford have had their foot on the ball much more here in the second 45. Lewis around to Siadu, but lost it off his own heel.
Yeah, that may be a little bit of tire leg showing there. A game in midweek, and it was a tough one. And then have to travel and play on Sunday is not an easy thing to do, and so maybe a little bit of tire leg showing there.
Santos couldn't quite get his first touch under control. Lewis back to the feet of Herrera.
The game is certainly starting to open up just a little bit. Legion FC are starting to get a little stretch front to back, and it's opening up some opportunities for Hartford Athletic to get forward, but it's taking them just a little bit too much time to get anything going into attack, and it's allowing Legion FC to get back and get compressed again and make it difficult to break them down. And
McGlynn,
it's a really good strike, but you know, if you're Matt Van Oekel, you're perfectly okay with guys taking shots from 35, 40 yards away. If they beat you, you'll be very upset with yourself, but certainly something you're not going to say is something you don't think that you would expect yourself to save.
Kazil back to the feet of his goalkeeper, Van Oekel. Birmingham fans, don't forget to head to the Legion FC Twitter page, @BHM Legion, immediately following the final whistle to vote on who you thought earned man of the match honors tonight. Those honors still to be decided at the moment. Ryan James played an early service. Neither Kasim nor Horvat had quite made that run yet.
Yeah, and that's that early service we were talking about, and you would want your number 9 to get in the box and be on the end of that, but he and Kasim and Marlon, none of them were actually there, and so they were a little bit behind the ball and unable to get on the end of that cross, but still promising for Legion FC. I think that the players will make that adjustment very quickly.
Dean making the run in behind. Marlon! Oh, Marlon Santos on the doorstep, couldn't quite find the frame.
Oh, and just as we spoke about Marlon wanting that one back earlier this year, or earlier in the game, Barea would have wanted to score his, and Marlon is going to feel the exact same way about that one. What a great ball to get Dean in behind, and that's him switching over to that right side, and that's what he can do, is he can get in behind your defense, and he can really cross those balls and create chances. And so maybe this is the start of a momentum switch for Legion FC to push forward and get a winner late in this game.
Oh, what a pass from Enzo Martinez. Marlon Santos certainly expected to do better. Mackie Jope into the game for Legion FC for Prosper Kasim, and immediately the ball finds him as we reach the closing stages of this one.
Yeah, and some more fresh legs up top for Legion FC, and a big body who can hopefully get on the end of some of these services that are going to come from Ryan James and from Johnny Dean. You can see Prosper towards the end of the game was not getting forward as quickly as he was earlier in the game. So you hope that these fresh legs with Marlon and Horvat and Jop will be able to give them the opportunity to get on the end of one of these crosses and put this game away for Legion FC.
Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Enzo Martinez. His serve. Horvat got ahead to it. Santos didn't quite make clean contact that time.
Yeah, and there's one of those big bodies we were just talking about. Horvat defending, holding off his defender, and although the ball did not go straight to towards goal and give them an opportunity to score, it still ended up with his teammate, who unfortunately couldn't put it on target. But that's one of the things that we talked about earlier in the game. Is it's going to be who's going to be ruthless in front of goal and who's going to put those chances on target. Legion FC and Hartford Athletic have both had really good opportunities, both in the second half that they didn't convert, that you would expect them to. So hopefully it's not the last chance for either team, but we've got about 10 minutes to find out.
We do, as there is a Hartford man down at Ashkenhoff Apollon who is receiving a bit of medical attention. I think both sides a bit happy to use this as a de facto water break. A hard-fought contest here today in Birmingham.
Yeah, and if you're Hartford Athletic, you really don't want to see Apollon kind of go out of this game. He's been really active in the second half, getting down that left wing and creating chances, and combining well with his teammates. But you're gonna hope that he can stay on. But it may look as though he may need to come off this half.
Hartford medical staff talking to the referee about Apollon. It might be that Hartford is going to be forced into a change. Apollon came to Hartford late last year after playing for San Diego 1904 in Nice. Made the move to Hartford in September for the closing stretch of last season. He's played a big part of the game today for Hartford Athletic, but does not look promising that he will be able to close out this match based on the way he's making his way off the field.
Yeah, and that's not a sight you want to see if you're a Hartford Athletic fan. I didn't see what happened to him, but he obviously looks as though he's in a lot of pain right now, and disappointed and dejected that he's having to come off at the end of this game.
So Hartford will make a change. Jonas Boutadi, the Belgian, who is going to close out this contest for Hartford Athletic.
You know, the way Apollon was just walking off just now, and his teammates or his medical staff have his hand around his arm, it makes me wonder if maybe he collided with Horvat in a collision of heads, and maybe a little bit concussed at the moment.
So the sub is on, and now the Birmingham touchline getting a talking to as they are asking for the proceedings to restart. Referee is not obliging at the moment. We've been stopped for a good few minutes or so. Coach Tom So did not look pleased with the explanation he got from our referee, Sergei Demyanchuk. But now it looks like play is set to resume as Pack sends it forward. Time is winding down here at Protective Stadium as we play into the 87th minute. Dean trying to get there and does. Finds his teammate Ryan James.
Wide quickly and see if you can get the big boys in the box right now.
That's exactly what's happening. Marlon Santos has attracted a crowd, can't get around the defender. Good defense from Connor McGlynn.
Yeah, that is good defending there from McGlynn. You certainly want to see your midfielders track back and do the job of winning the ball back for your team.
Job's cross deflected up in the air. Pack punches it as far as he can. Heads it away. Hartford has been under duress at times today, but they have done the job by and large. All the way back it goes to Matt Van Oekel.
That wind seems to have died down just a little bit, so that ball did not hold up just as much as it was in the first half, so maybe that's another change that Legion FC can make tactically as we go to finish this game.
That is a crunching challenge that brought Dean to ground. And a free kick coming, and a yellow card is going to be shown to Boutadi, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
Yeah, early foul from Boutadi as he just came into the game and sees the opportunity to go in here and, isn't really anywhere near close to the ball there and kind of comes across Dean and, that's just a really, really tough, hard-nosed tackle.
So a free kick for Legion FC, brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. So Martinez with a serve. Just a bit over the top of the head of Mackie Job. Martinez gets it back, and the big body's still forward. Again, Hartford's defense able to head it away.
Yeah, the break could be on for Hartford here.
Over the top, McGlynn trying to get around James. James ushers it back to Van Oekel, who does the safe thing, plays it over the touchline.
It'll be interesting to see how much stoppage time the referee gives to this game. There's been a couple of injuries. There's been some cards, a lot of substitutions, so we may be in for several minutes of stoppage time here to end this game.
Now into the 90th minutes of the afternoon here in Birmingham. Lynn plays a first-time service that Alex Cronali deals with. Another throw coming for Hartford.
way this game has gone, I can see that there's at least one more chance for one of the teams left. There's some tired legs out there, and there's some opportunities, and there's some players who can create on their own. So I wouldn't expect this game to be over and said and done with chances.
Shadama. Bruitz. Tulu. Back to the feet of Bruitz. Trying to play Joel Johnson. Instead, it's headed down Thomas Van Kazeel. Fourth official down below has officially confirmed 5 minutes of stoppage time to close out the night, brought to you by UAB Medicine.
Yeah, that's still plenty of time for a couple of chances to unfold for either team.
Dottie, the safe header, back to Austin Pack. Birmingham trying to get 3 points here at home. Is Hartford satisfied with the draw here on the road, or are they chasing for more?
Yeah, and there's that high pressure again from Legion FC late in the game with those fresh legs up front. And, Hartford give the ball away in a bad spot, but then Legion FC turn around and give it back to Hartford cheaply.
Tough touch there from Mackie Jope, one of the substitutes who's come on in the second half. Dottie taking his time before throwing it back in. Jope wins it back, but once again, another blue shirt back on it. Lewis dispossessed. Marlon Santos went to ground. Dean. Bounded by Vassell. Has to switch it across the park. Kavita, the center back.
Love to see Ryan James get really wide here and then open up his body and have an opportunity to serve a ball in.
Kazeel has James with him on that side. James with a serve to the back post. Job tried to get up there. Budati got a piece of it. And a Chick-fil-A corner kick coming for Birmingham Legion.
And that's what happens when you can get the ball wide and you can start whipping balls in. You get bodies like Jopp and Horvath who can get up and can create havoc for the defenders. So Legion FC with a late opportunity to get a goal here.
It'll be Martinez to serve it again. Job up to head it. It's denied by Pack. What a huge save by Austin Pack, pushing it aside.
What a phenomenal save from Pack. He's been in the game and he's had to come in just at the end of this half, and that's really the first big chance that Legion FC have had that has been on target, and he rises to the occasion. So, but another corner from Legion FC, and Job got on the end of the last one, so job may not be done here.
Martinez an in-swinger this time, and it's headed in! Anderson Asiadu with the game winner in stoppage time. 2-1 Birmingham Legion.
And the smallest guy on the field gets on the end of the corner. Pack will be very disappointed with his defenders on that one, that Anderson Asiadu was left alone on the back post to head that in home. But hey, credit to Asiadu. That ball went through a lot of bodies and through a lot of heads to come through and to keep his focus and be able to tuck that just into the back of the net is super important for Legion FC as they give themselves every opportunity to get their first win of the season and their first win at home in front of the crowd.
Would you believe it? The smallest guy on the field ends up being the man who heads in what could be the game winner at stoppage time. The second career goal for Anderson Asiadu. Another look at it here, Morgan.
Yeah, what a great ball in from Enzo. Look at that, good whip on it, goes into the back post, and Asiadu just beats his man and is all by himself, and all he has to do is just make sure it's on frame at that point.
So Birmingham in front. Do Hartford have anything left to say about it?
Yeah, make no mistake, Hartford has had chances this half, so I would not expect this this team to lay down.
Pack well off his line to deny Horvat, but it only goes as far as Jope.
You can hear voices from the stands, all the crowd saying shoot, because Pack was probably a good 40 or 45 yards off of his line at that point.
Lynn's pass cut out, and now Birmingham have a 2-on-1. Marlon Santos, can he get there in front of Pack? Not quite. The goalkeeper got there first. The fans want a foul. They're not going to get one.
Yeah, and that's really good play from Pack. Unfortunately, Marlon got on the end of that one. and it was a tough tackle, but both players have a right to go for that ball, and you know, it's just a tough situation for both players.
And it's Marlon Santos who is still down after that tough challenge. And a yellow card has been shown to the Birmingham goalkeeper, Matt Van Okel, who is not pleased with the official.
Yeah, at this point right now for Legion FC, somebody just needs to step in and just say, hey guys, let's keep our composure. We have the 2-1 victory in our hands. Let's not go do anything silly. Let's not go lose our composure and shape and give up a goal late.
Marlon Santos listed at 5'8", 145 pounds, is giving away quite a bit of size there to Austin Pack in that challenge.
Yeah, and you can see Pack going over and just checking on Marlon. You know, he certainly didn't mean to go through it and catch him as hard as he did, but you know, the momentum from something like that is, you know, it's a classic. Train A is leaving the station at this time, and Train B is leaving the station at this time. Who's going to get there first? And if they collide, how bad is it going to be? And unfortunately for Marlon, he got the worst end of that deal.
Santos is to his feet and slowly making his way off, and now the question becomes, how much time is left in this contest tonight?
Yeah, and it looks as though Legion FC are gonna make a change and give Grayson DuPont his pro debut, and get Marlon off so that they can have a full 11v11 for these last couple of minutes. But Marlon's walking off on the other side with the assistance of head athletic trainer Maggie Campanero, and so good to see him walking off. He looks a little disappointed to have been subbed off, but you know, the most important thing for Legion FC right now is making sure that they have 11v11 and can see this win out.
So Grayson DuPont makes his debut after signing last month. Birmingham back to full strength. They have numbers if they hurry. We're into our 7th minute of added time. Horvats, still Horvats. Has it taken off his foot, but only as far as Van Kaziel, who heads it back into the mix.
Yeah, and I just wonder, it looked as though Hartford Athletic got caught out there. It looked as though they expected Legion FC to play that ball back to him, but they decided to go on the attack, so.
Dottie's pass cut out by Kavita. Referee's had one look at his watch, is still pushing play forward.
And I would probably expect another 60 seconds of stoppage time here.
Nope.
And I am wrong.
That's it, full time, and Birmingham Legion have their first win of this 2022 campaign. 2-1, a final over Hartford Athletic.
Absolutely, and I think that will solidify Anderson Asiadu's Man of the Match award, we believe. He had a really good match, did a really good job of keeping Barea under wraps, and it was really ineffective today. He didn't get into a lot of chances to create a lot for his team, so hats off to Legion FC and Asiadu for doing a great job, and then he got the reward at the end of the game.
It was a hard-fought 90-plus minutes here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama, but Birmingham Legion defend home turf, come away winners. We'll take a timeout and wrap up our coverage of USL Championship Soccer on this Sunday, right after this.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow!
Welcome back to Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. The home fans are going to leave Uptown Birmingham happy. Thanks to Anderson Asiadu's header in stoppage time. His goal proves to be the difference in a 2-1 Birmingham Legion win over Hartford Athletic. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes, glad to have you with us. Let's look at our final stats from a busy 90 minutes here at Protective Stadium. And Morgan, it was Birmingham's half, the first 45. Hartford had much more of the ball in the second half, but one chance proved to be the difference.
Absolutely, and it goes back to who's going to be ruthless in front of goal. And you know, Legion FC had 19 shots and only put 5 on target, but they finally got that last one on target, and it made the difference in the game.
2 in succession, right? Mackie Job off the first corner kick, and then Anderson Asiadu the second time around.
Yeah, absolutely, and Austin Pack will be disappointed not to walk away with a point from this one after he made that great save on Jop on the first corner.
Yeah, possibly a save of the week nominee there from Austin Pack, but unfortunately his Hartford Athletic come up on the short end of a 2-1 scoreline here this afternoon. Here's what Hartford Athletic has coming up. Still searching for that first win in 2022, and they've got another tough road trip coming up at the Miami FC before home matches in 3 of their next 4. But Morgan, I feel like Hartford can take solace in the fact that they put in a solid shift today in Birmingham.
Yeah, I think it was a good performance overall from Hartford. They grew into the game the longer and longer it went on, and I think that that substitution that saw Vassell come off at the end of the game, or was it Apollon? Apollon came off towards the end of the game. He was really growing into it and creating chances, so you know, they would have liked to see him finish the game out, but certainly some positive things to take away from this game if you're Hartford Athletic.
Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion hit the road as well on ESPN Deportes and on My 68 here in Birmingham. A road trip to Detroit City. Back-to-back trips. First to Detroit, then to Loudoun as Birmingham hit the road for the first time really here in 2022. And it'll be interesting to see what Birmingham can do away from home.
Absolutely, and that Detroit City game is going to be a tough one. They've got a really rowdy crowd and made some waves on Twitter this week for their U.S. Open Cup game, but it'll be a difficult game under the lights. It's a smaller field, so it'll be interesting to see how Legion FC adapt when they go up to Detroit.
Yeah, 6 o'clock Central Time. ESPN Deportes and My 68. Birmingham Legion taking on Detroit City as Birmingham Legion secure their first 3-point performance of the year here this evening at Protective Stadium. It was a fun one on this Sunday afternoon. Glad you can join us for it. For Morgan Copes and our entire crew, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long from Protective Stadium in Uptown Birmingham, Alabama. Juan Agudelo and Anderson Asiadu's 2 goals, the difference. Birmingham Legion 2, Hartford Athletic 1, despite the goal scored by Ashkanoff Apollon. We'll talk to you on Friday. Birmingham Legion, Detroit City FC on My 68 and nationally on ESPN Deportes. But until then, have a great rest of your weekend, and so long for the Magic City here in Birmingham, Alabama.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.